Alright, so today I'm gonna go over what I think is like an updated version of the PUBG PC AR tier list. This is just gonna be all the ARs. And yeah, I'm gonna start from S tier and go all the way down to C. And yeah, let's start. So, in my opinion, what I think the best AR currently is the MK47 meter, right? This may be a bit controversial because like you see like no one runs it. Like you go into PUBG and maybe like no one. I haven't seen anyone run it, nor is it usually used in pro play. But I think it's like a gun that has like a high level of skill expression, right? So if you reference the chart, this is just like a general chart of all the ARs, the single fire damage, the rate of fire, like how fast it shoots, the bullet speed, the damage per second, and the time to kill for the whole body, the torso, and below the torso. See that? Oh, oh shit! Wait, this guy like right there. So if you look at it, you will see like the best
it's a
time to
long
kill
speed again.
and DPS is
With
the
a bad angle.
MK47 mutant. Why is that? Well, I think
there's
a
a
lot of
lot.
people sway away from it because obviously it only has burst and single fire. It's a two-shot burst, and it has a single fire. There's no automatic, so a lot of people, I think, just don't like the feel of burst weapons. But I think the nice thing about the MK47 is one, it has 4 attachment slots. You could max it out with all horizontal and vertical recoil. Put a 3 times or a 4 times scope on it, and it's really good. Yeah, and by far out of all the ARs, it has the highest single shot damage. It is. I think it has the exact same damage as an SLR per DPS. I might be wrong,
like 3 of them there.
but the headshot damage is high. The overall damage is high. The time to kill is really high. And the interesting thing with burst is, for burst weapons, if you find the right rhythm, you could almost like spam it to the point that it is an automatic weapon. It just takes some time to get used to. And I think another negative factor about it that a lot of people don't like using it for is the recoil control on any burst weapon is harder than I would say the automatic ones like at AUG because it is not consistent. It's not like a straight line up. It like jumps. And it also depends on your burst, like how you're bursting. But overall, I think the most underrated and the best gun in 2025 is the MK47. So I'm just gonna skip over the care package weapons. I mean, the FAMAS and Groza, they're good for a reason. They're care package weapons. So I'm gonna skip over that and just go over all like the normal ground AR weapons. So in the A list, we have our 4 staples of competitive PUBG play and the guns that you would usually most see in your casual and ranked games. There is the AUG, even though it recently got nerfed, its DPS got nerfed from 41 to 40, it is still the same, I think 3 shot, I think it's like 3 or 4 shot kill on a level 2 vest. And surprisingly, it actually has a higher time to kill than the barrel, mostly due to its fast fire rate. It's good. That's why it's always using comp play, it's always using casual games. Something to note is that its vertical and horizontal, especially its horizontal recoil, is a bit insane compared to a lot of the other guns. So, and then we have the barrel. It's obviously just like close range, high damage, high rate of fire, and high headshot rate, which is really good. And then we're gonna move on to the AC32 and the M416. They're the last of our E tier list because both of them have 4 attachment slots. And the nice thing about for attachment saws is you could put a 3 tabs on it, run it with a vertical and a heavy saw, and it is very stable. If you don't have 4 attachment saws, let's say if you're running an AUG or an 8K, it's not that it's not doable, it's that it's gonna kick up a lot more, which is something to keep in mind. That's why you see a lot of pros run the AC32 or the M416 with a 3 times in complay, rather than like a red dot AUG or barrel. Now we're gonna move on to the B tier list, the AK, the G36, and the M116. The AK is in a spot where it is like one of the best guns for hot draws when you just land and you have no attachments. Because it only has 2 attachment saws, that means off drop, it is really good. You don't have to put anything on it. It's relatively stable. It does high damage. And its iron sights is one of the best ones in the game personally. But later in the game from mid-range, the lack of the 2 attachment slots and it's like it's a good weapon, but it's okay. You know, it's not like I would run it over an AUG, but it's mostly personal preference, but this is just like the overall guy. And the G36, honestly, I would put this at A, maybe S tier. I think it's really underrated. In my opinion, it is like one of the most stable 5.56 guns. You run it for 3 times, you can feel it. It's pretty stable. It's good. It's just that its DPS is a bit low. The M16. So, for all the burst guns, you guys hear the MK47, the M16, the time to kill and the rate of fire is really high because they're burst. But the M16, in my opinion, because it's a 3-round burst. And the one thing I dislike the most about it is personally, it just feels weird to use. Like I feel like the MK47, the 2-round burst, is like right where burst weapon should be at. Because you can find the rhythm of the 2-round burst and it's relatively stable. But the 3-round burst, it's a bit off-putting in my opinion. So like I personally wouldn't run it. If you put a red dot on it, run it close range, it's actually really decent. And then going on to the C tier is the QBZ, the Scar, and the K2. I've never seen anyone in the same mind run a K2, so I just wouldn't recommend it. There's not, it's an AR. There's not really much thing like anything special about it. It is what it is. The Scar, it's decent, but compared to the AUG and M4, I think it's a bit lacking. And then the QBZ, it's like the same. They're all in C tier because they're all like it's like they're usable, but there's nothing special about them. So yeah, that's just a really quick overview guide on like what I think the strongest weapons are. So obviously I've seen like a lot of the weapon tier lists, and the MK47 is not close to S. It is because I see just the AUG, the barrels, like the 2 competitive play ones. But I think just looking mathematically at the stats and from like the handling of the MK47, I think it should be like way higher than maybe a B or an A tier on most tier lists. So yeah,